Hello, good evening and welcome to News 360 live from our studio here at Adisanwe Kanda in Accra. I am Martin Asiedu Date.
And I'm Grace Hamwa Ajuman. Coming up tonight.
News 360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint,
Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal,
EcoBank, Nero Prime Water.
Tonight, the Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board says new funding model will target cocoa value addition to avoid the use of raw cocoa beans as collateral.
All set for governing National Democratic Congress primary to elect a candidate for the Ayawaso East by-election.
Later in the bulletin, the Interior Minister Muntaka Mubarak urges heightened border surveillance as security threats within the West African sub-region rise.
Later in business, we tell you why the Chief of Staff, Julius Debra, is urging African nations to bridge the gap between finance and enterprise for inclusion and growth.
On the international front, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says U.S. talks in Oman is a good beginning.
We have details of these and more plus business, sports, entertainment in the next hour. Stay with us.
Let's go to the first story, which has to do with the very important backbone of the Ghanaian economy, cocoa. The Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board, Dr. Randy Abbey, says Cocoa Board, the Finance Minister and the government are putting in place a new funding model that will ensure value addition and prevent raw cocoa beans from being used as collateral. Addressing the media in Accra, Randy Abbey urged stakeholders in the sector to exercise restraint while they work diligently to resolve the situation as quickly as possible.
Dr. Randy Abbey said Cocoa Board is fully aware of the challenges and appreciates the concerns raised by the farmers and the licensed buying companies. He explained that the recent payment delays are largely due to the breakdown of the syndicated loan agreement in 2022, which had been in place for about 32 years. The Cocoa Board CEO noted that the delayed financing severely affected cocoa purchases and deliveries, especially during the 2023-2024 season, when funds arrived 4 months after the season opened.
In 2022, Cocoa Board was unable to service both the interest and principal of the cocoa bills, and therefore asked for a restructuring of the bills. So that told you that the financial community had become aware of what Cocoa Board's situation was, and there was some reluctance in financing the crop. I mean, at the end of the day, Cocoa Board even had to rely on the Ministry of Finance for a $70 million bridge financing to be able to purchase the crop in that same year, and that is a loan that we expected to pay. So no wonder that was also the season that Cocoa Board could not supply 333,767 tons.
Dr. Randy Abbey said the NPP government superintended over the situation and chastised the minority for attempting to capitalize on it.
The ranking member, apparently at the press conference, has said that I had been going around saying that Cocoa Board defaulted on paying the syndicated loans. The truth of the matter is that nowhere have I ever said that. What I have said is that Cocoa Board signed contracts and failed to deliver 333,767 tons. That is sold at $2,600 a ton. They fixed the 24-25 price, the farmer share at $3,100 US. Anytime the LBC pays the farmer $3,100 for a ton, And we use that to service the rollover contract. A debt of $500 accrues.
He assured stakeholders that Cocoa Board, the government and Ministry of Finance are working to address the challenges and explore new funding models that prioritize value addition and avoid using cocoa beans as collateral.
We had targeted to start this new funding model from the 26-27 season. Unfortunately, the prices have come crashing. And so what is happening is that our cocoa at the current price is too expensive for the buyers. And it is the buyers who are financing the crop under this model. You have the buyers now moving to other markets where the prices are competitive. We're working assiduously and we expect to come up with a solution as soon as possible.
Dr. Abe said Cocoa Board has already paid over 620 million Ghana cedis to the licensed buying companies and is committed to finding a sustainable solution.
Staying on the subject matter, let's speak to Nana Oboadie Opambo Boateng Bonsu, who is the president of the Concerned Cocoa Farmers Association of Ghana. Nana, good evening. Thank you for joining us on News 360.
Good evening.
Kindly speak up for me so my viewers can hear you loud and clear. To start with, what do you make of the proposal from Cocoa Board that beyond the current situation, they are hoping to explore new funding models for cocoa purchases, focusing on promoting value addition rather than just supplying the raw beans as collateral?
Well, what I would say for now is there's an engagement, and even with the FVOs across the cocoa industry, we're having a meeting that is Monday also to come out with the situation on the ground. But for now, what I can say is all farmers across the country have to exercise patience because there's a good news coming. Cocoa Board is trying our best to make sure that the money will be paid very soon.
Right. So if I had you read the latter part of your submission, you say all cocoa farmers are doing what exactly?
All cocoa farmers to exercise patience. Those that they wanted to stage a demonstration, those that they want to give their cocoa farms for other illegal activity, all of them have to exercise patience because there's a good news on the way coming, and then very soon their money will be paid.
So are these concerns recent or they've been in existence for some time now? The bit about the delay in payment of monies to the farmers and the fact that this current administration under the Cocoa Board CEO is now considering new options. Why is it that it is now we are looking at this?
Well, there's something that is administration that I can't say it because it's the Cocoa Board that have the mandate just to explain it further. But then for we as farmers, all that we do is we produce our beans, we send it out there to get our money. But with the information that we are having now is the Honorable Enforcing has been forced in a way, and then there's a directive which very soon, and as soon as possible, farmers are going to receive something good.
One concern we also picked up over the last few days that this cocoa conversation has been in the media is that Ghana's cocoa has become a bit more expensive compared to neighboring countries, and because of that, buyers on the international market are considering our neighbors or other countries. What in your estimation is accounting for our cocoa becoming a bit more expensive?
Well, because one, the reason is it's a little bit dicey because one, looking at what happened with the previous year, most of the cocoa that now the price is still stand like, let's say we still hold on the price because they are saying that our cocoa is expensive is we still maintaining the price that we have. Though international market have reduced the price, the dollar has come down, but ours, because our cocoa get into before this catastrophe or whatever came. That is why our cocoa stands so that we've not reduced it. But yet still, Cocoa Board will try all its best in a way that farmers will get the price that they want, and then also negotiate with the buyers that they are coming so that at the end of the day, they will get a fair, price for we also to get our money.
All right, Nana, we are grateful that you made time to speak with us this evening. Nana Oboadie Opambo Boateng Bonsu is president of the Concerned Cocoa Farmers Association of Ghana.
Well, let's turn our attention to the upcoming Ayawaso by-election, and the camp of Baba Jamal has dared Musa Dankwa to provide full details of his recent post suggesting a win for the wife of the late MP Hajia Amina Adam ahead of its parliamentary primaries. The National Democratic Congress is set to elect a candidate who will lead the party into the upcoming Ayawaso East by-election, a seat most political watchers say is a safe haven for the ruling party. George Quaining was in the constituency to engage delegates, electorate, and the various camps 24 hours to the big day and reports.
The constituency is awash with colorful posters of aspirants contesting the National Democratic Congress NDC parliamentary primaries. From an initial number of 6 aspirants, 5 remain in the race after 1 pulled out. As the NDC prepares to go to the polls to elect a candidate to lead the party into the upcoming Ayawaso East by-election, the contest has become extremely keen. The camp of Baba Jamal, the current High Commissioner of Ghana to Nigeria, has expressed dissatisfaction with a recent poll by Global Info Analytics predicting victory for the wife of the late Member of Parliament, Hajia Amina Adam.
I am telling you what is happening on the ground. And I am telling you, I dare him to publish the details of his investigation. He didn't do anything here. Where do you publish a general election when you know in Saturday we are holding a general delegate one? Musa Dankwa didn't do any survey in Nima. Whatever he published was born out of his own imagination.
Meanwhile, the camp of Hajia Amina Adam has also dismissed claims that their candidate is defined Islamic tenet by contesting the election when she is expected to observe either a 4-month, 10-day ride for widows.
I have said elsewhere that Honorable Baba Jamal's issue is he's afraid of women. So he's hiding around the Islamic issues. But you see, and I'm very, very surprised at what Honorable Baba Jamal did at the vetting. All the other contestants agreed to support the woman observing Ida to be the first to be interviewed and vetted to go. Only Honorable Baba Jamal refused. Whilst Islam encourages men to support and be kind to women. So these are the dynamics. Instead of them rather throwing shades at Hajia, Hajia has believed in what Allah has asked her to do. And it is not Hajia who is leading the campaign. It is we, the delegates, and the community who is leading the campaign.
For both delegates and the electorate, the overriding expectation is the selection of a candidate who can transform the constituency and give it the facelift it deserves.
Hajia Amina Adam is a very virtuous woman. She likes everybody. She's a mother of all. She does not say she's a Muslim. She will do everything to Muslim, but she's doing it to all the tribes. That's why we made our decision that we'll vote for her to win.
Dress first, the notorious part of what you said. This is an idea of what Nima used to be in the past. But I know you've been to Nima several times. You can attest to the fact that Nima hasn't been like that in a very, very long time. So in as much as the place is peaceful, we still want someone who would still paint a positive image of the community and then do to us what we want to move the community forward. Not even the Nima community, but then the whole constituency.
The winner for the NDC primaries will join 2 independent candidates and a parliamentary candidate from the New Patriotic Party, NPP, contest the March 3 Ayawaso East by-election. George Quaining, TV3 News, Nima, Accra.
Well, let's stay a while longer on this and speak with Mahdi Jibril. He is the Acting Director of IT and Elections for the NDC. Mahdi, thank you for joining us. Talk to us about preparations for the election on Saturday.
A good evening to your viewers. Tomorrow, all is set for the elections, which will take place at the Nima cluster of schools. The elections will start from 9 a.m. and ends at 4 p.m. All materials for the elections, especially the ballot papers, the register, has been handed over to the Electoral Commission this morning. Police has been given the authority to take over the venue from now till tomorrow after the elections. As a party, we have not received any petition, any issue from any of the aspirants. That means that all is set for tomorrow elections.
And do we know how many delegates are voting tomorrow? What is the assurance from the party to these delegates, especially about the safety, as well as how seamless the process is going to be?
We are expecting 1,047 delegates tomorrow, plus and minus. But at least all of us know that because this delegate list was the delegate list for the 2022 elections, we are not expecting to get the 1,047 because at least time will tell you that some people are passed within the time so far. So we are not expecting to get 1,047 all to come out to vote. But we are going to, I'm sure at least 95% will turn out to vote tomorrow. As for the safety of the delegates, what we have, the arrangement is that it is only voters who enter the parameters of the elections. No supporter will enter the venue tomorrow. And you will only allowed to even enter the venue if you have your name in the register at the gate. So checks will start from the gate before you enter the compound. You also have to come with your voter ID and your other Ghana card or voter ID. And that is what we're asking for tomorrow. This information has been given out for the delegate to know what they will do tomorrow.
Right.
The elections tomorrow is for people of Ayawaso East and for Ayawaso East people, although on behalf of NDC. So what we are urging other members to do, they can observe the process outside the compound. Apart from the delegates, the aspirants, and the journalists, Electoral Commission, nobody is allowed to enter on the compound. Okay. And this will keep the safety of the elections tomorrow.
Okay. Madi, thank you for talking to us. Madi Jebro is the Acting Director of IT and Elections for the NDC. Stay with us, your Election Command Center. We're there at Ayawaso tomorrow to bring you all that you need to know about this primary.
Let's take you to Parliament now because the House has passed a new bill to establish an authority to implement the 24-hour economy program days after the policy document was presented to Parliament. It was colorful in the chamber when members clad themselves in beautifully woven smock to celebrate the rich culture of the country. Christian Yale reports.
All is set, and the engine to drive the implementation of the 24-hour economy and accelerated export development program has been given a strong footing. This is a policy that is seeking to address the long-standing structural issues in the economy and put the country on another pedestal.
The idea behind it is to create jobs and opportunities for our youthful population, many of whom have graduated from universities, and because the economy has been bad for the past 8 years, jobs were not being created. Indeed, jobs were flying out of the country because the excess taxation that we saw, the financial crisis that we saw, the high inflation that we saw, the volatile currency situation that we saw, led to many factories opting to leave the country to go and relocate at places where there was better stability. And so unemployment is a major issue. And the National Democratic Congress admits that we have a problem of unemployment. That is why, for us, it's a matter of great joy that ultimately this Parliament has passed the 24-hour Economy Authority Bill.
He says that flagship promise made to Ghanaians has come to stay.
24-hour economy has come. Yeah. And I'm happy that our senior, Mr. Guzitano, is here. He is the sponsor of the bill. He is at the presidency, presently manning the secretariat that is responsible for developing the infrastructure, legal, regulatory, and administrative. I want to assure you that you have the backing of this Parliament. Yes. You have the backing of this caucus. Yes. And you have the backing of the National Democratic Congress. Yes. And I believe you have the backing of Ghanaians because they voted NDC into office on the basis of the promise that we made to establish a 24-hour economy.
In a colorful and symbolic display, members of parliament adorned themselves in beautifully woven smock in the chamber and around the precinct of parliament to celebrate one of Ghana's foremost cultural identities. They spoke to me about the significance.
I would say what happened in Zambia is just a blessing in disguise. It has adored and taken to the world stage this beautiful fabric. And sometimes when we wear this, we do not know the genesis. I come from a rural constituency where weavers actually weave the fabric that is required to do this. Just this past weekend in Hamley, one weavers group graduated, and then in Samoa, another in my constituency. And these people sit down painstakingly, thread by thread.
So I have promised that from yesterday, when this beef, or 3 days ago, when the beef started, that I'm going to wear smoke this session till we are done. I'm not going to put on any white man's...
I'll track you for that.
Yes. No. Anytime you see me, you just alert me. Yes, let's showcase, let's be proud.
Grow Ghana, wear Ghana, and all that. It's part of the 24-hour economy, how we can do things that will spare our economy. And this coming at this very time, for me, it's timely.
Well, to other stories, in the face of growing security threats within the sub-region, the Minister for the Interior, Mohamed Muntaka Mubarak, has challenged Ghana's security services to heighten surveillance, particularly in border communities. The minister, who has been engaging heads of institutions under the Interior Ministry, says the move has become necessary following an increase in recorded crime cases last year. Here's a report by Stanley Nibleu.
Representatives of the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana National Fire Service, the Ghana Prison Service, the Ghana Immigration Service, and the Narcotics Control Commission are meeting in Adan to take stock of their collective performance. Also participating in the meeting are officials from the Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons, the National Peace Council, the National Disaster Management Organizations, the Gaming Commission, and the National Identification Authority. The engagement focuses on identifying lapses, correcting operational challenges, and re-strategizing to enhance security operations as the country moves into 2026. Discussions at the forum also touched on budgetary allocations for the sector and explored more effective ways of safeguarding the country against emerging threats. Chief Director at the Ministry of the Interior underscored the importance of the engagement, noting that coordinated efforts among the agencies remain critical to national security. The Minister for the Interior, Mohamed Muntaka Mubarak, challenged the security agencies to intensify surveillance and intelligence gathering in response to heightened sub-regional security threats.
We have observed heightened public concern over crime trend, persistent border security pressures linked to transnational threats, increasing demand for effective regulation, and growing public scrutiny regarding accountability, service delivery, and respect for human rights. This mixed outcomes underscores the importance of a deliberate, evidence-based performance review such as this one.
The Executive Secretary of the Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons, Dr. Adam Bona, touted the success of the gun amnesty program. He revealed that more than 4,000 firearms have so far been voluntarily surrendered by citizens.
It's been the most successful amnesty in the whole of the sub-region. And we got almost 4,000 weapons were brought in. It's unprecedented. But what is probably pending to be done would be the arms bill that must be passed, and then an ally, which is, usually referred to as a control list. The last illicit weapon in this country, we will retrieve it. It's one of the things we have told ourselves.
The Interior Ministry says the outcomes of the engagement will inform future policy decisions and operational reforms aimed at strengthening interagency collaboration. Authorities remain hopeful that sustained dialogue, improved resourcing, and enhanced surveillance will help keep Ghana safe amid rising security concerns in the sub-region. Stanley Nibleu, TV3 News, Ada, Accra.
In more news this evening, the Accra High Court has granted lawyers of Vehicle Endorsement Association of Ghana's plea to serve hearing notice to Original Manufacturing Endorsement Company Limited, the second defendant in the suit against the DVLA. The plaintiffs are seeking to restrain DVLA from rolling out a digital or any new vehicle number plate registration system without their participation. Lord Edwasara reports.
Despite being joined to the suit, Original Manufacturing and Embossment Company Limited, the entity contracted by the DVLA for the new registration system, failed to show up in court on Friday for the case. When the case was called, Marcelinus Bia, holding the brief of Martin Pibu, counsel for the Vehicle Embossment Association, indicated to the court that they had served processes on the second defendant on January 26 and prayed the court for a short adjournment to serve them with a hearing notice since they were absent. Justice Isaac Addo granted the plea and adjourned the case to February 13 to allow the plaintiffs to serve the hearing notice. Public Relations Officer of VMAG, Benjamin Mensah, spoke after the proceedings.
We are not worried and we are not fighting them for anything about the manufacturing. The concerns are that we have been given a letter to purchase machines and we have been in this business for 30 years working with the DVLA. We are saying that, why did you allow us to go and buy machines? We are not part of the manufacturers, we are embossers. So let the person manufacture the number plate, put the security features that you want. You give it back to the embossers, they will emboss. That is just what we are saying. We just want him to understand that the contract that was signed on the 26th, the so-called contract, there was nothing like embossment added to the manufacturing. So they have to give us our work to go and do.
The Vehicle Embossment Association of Ghana and others are challenging the DVLA's decision to exclude them from the introduction of a new vehicle number plate embossment system. They argue in their suits that the implementation of the system and the processes leading to its rollout affected their operations and loss of jobs by members of the association. However, DVLA maintains that they did not err in the introduction of the new number plate system since it is within the company's statutory mandate, adding that it will ultimately enhance operations. Lord Idwasari, TV3 News, Accra.
Well, good news for food lovers because Hoshi Instant Rice has officially entered the Ghanaian market with 3 exciting products. Ready in just 2 minutes, it delivers convenience without compromising quality.
Hoshi Instant Rice is now in Ghana, offering 3 choices: white rice, brown rice, and jollof rice. Carefully packaged by Ghanaians for Ghanaians, Hoshi brings convenience to your table in just 2 minutes. Marketing partner Kwame Amihie Duke says Ghanaians can look forward to a rich and tasteful experience of authentic Hoshi rice.
Today we are launching the first variant, which is the white rice. Why instant rice? People would ask, why instant rice? Instant rice because we believe that the world is moving towards a very fast-track pace, where people are looking for convenience on the go. So Hoshi Instant Rice is not just rice, but it's health and convenience in one bowl. So it gives you the perfect portion, which is the bowl size. It gives you the perfect taste, where we have the perfect balance of salt in the food. And also the rice is premium. All you have to do is just microwave it for 2 minutes and it's ready for you to eat.
Customers are assured of premium quality, rich nutrients, 0 preservatives, and a healthy choice for both children and adults.
We are working towards health. That being said, we pay key attention to the technology we have. There's no preservative. All you see in the bowl is rice and water. So it's health, and we want to reassure you that it is nothing else than what we have put together, which is healthy living right at your doorstep. So you don't just buy it because you're looking for rice. You buy it if you're looking for a healthy choice of rice.
Beyond instant rice, Hoshi International promises to introduce even more exciting products to the Ghanaian market.
Still watching News 360 on TV3. We're taking a quick break. We'll be back with the latest in the world of business.
I love Prison and Charcoal. Why? When there are so many other charcoal toothpaste. That's both charcoal and lemon. Oh, does it? Yes. Look right here. Yes.
Pepsodent Charcoal has 2 of nature's powerful whitening ingredients. With the power of activated charcoal and lemon essence, it removes stains and whitens teeth naturally.
Convinced? Well, I am. Just look at beautiful Pepsodent smells.
For naturally whiter teeth, Pepsodent Charcoal. Pepsodent. Chief of Staff Julius Deborah has issued a clarion call to African leaders and financial institutions to aggressively align available capital with local enterprises to spark a continental industrial revolution. Speaking on Friday, February 6 at the 2026 Africa Prosperity Dialogue held at the Pediasa Lodge, Deborah emphasized that Africa's path to self-reliance depends on moving beyond lofty rhetoric and into the realm of tangible economic outcomes.
First, we must align finance with enterprise. Africa needs patience, development-oriented capital that understands the realities of SMEs, support innovation and reward growth. Capital must meet credible businesses, and credible businesses must be equipped to absorb investment and scale regionally. Second, we must build trade capability at scale. export readiness, standards of compliance, digital trade literacy, and logistics efficiency are no longer optional. They are a must. They are prerequisites for competitiveness in a continental market. Third, we must make integration visible and tangible. When women lead enterprises and youth-led startups successfully trade across borders, they create confidence and momentum. They turn continental policy into lived experience.
Away from that, Universal Merchant Bank, UMB, has unveiled its new mobile application, the UMB Speed App, as part of efforts to deliver faster, more reliable and seamless digital banking services. Management says the upgraded platform replaces the bank's previous app, offering improved functionality, greater convenience and easy access to banking services anytime, anywhere.
Universal Merchant Bank continues to strengthen its operations with a firm commitment to digital transformation and customer-centric innovation. Speaking at the launch of the UMB Speed App, the head of corporate communications, Adam Knight-Tay, said the new platform reflects the bank's vision of providing secure, efficient and accessible banking solutions in a rapidly evolving digital era.
With the app in your hand, you don't even have to go to the banking hall, right? You're able to do basically every transaction you will go to the banking hall to go and do. So once you link your Momo wallet, you're able to send from the app to your wallet, from your wallet to the app. You want to check your balances, which people would like to do. You would want to do basic, financial transactions. You're able to do all of that with the app. And the best thing about it is that you know that the app doesn't have opening and closing times, right? And so any time of day, you are able to use the app.
Head of e-business, Tubo Ofeyajiman, highlighted on the key features and benefit of the app to customers.
The old app was launched just about maybe 9 years ago, right? And then 9 years ago, several things have changed. Customer taste preferences have changed, right? Again, you have the biometric feature to be able to sign up onto the app. You also have the receipt feature where you're able to send transaction confirmations to people. You understand? You also have the SIs that you're able to set on your account to schedule payments that you need to make to individuals. For you to be able to sign up onto the app, you first use your account number and then your Ghana card. But not just that, you are required to do a liveliness test, which adds that extra layer of security onto it. You can enable a biometric feature on the app, right? That makes it, additionally very more secure.
The UMB Speed app is available for free download on both the iOS App Store and Google Play Store, positioning the bank to meet the growing demand for convenient and secure digital banking.
And now the CEO of Telecel Group, Mo Damush, has called for Africa to accelerate the creation of a digital single market. Speaking at the 2026 edition of the Africa Prosperity Dialogue in Accra, he says connectivity and innovation are the keys to unlocking prosperity across the continent.
Africa's wealth in land, minerals and talent is undeniable, but Telecel's chief executive told leaders and innovators gathered in Accra that resources alone are not enough.
Africa has always been rich in land, rich in minerals, and rich in talent. Yet resources alone are like seeds kept in a jar, full of potential, but dormant until knowledge and brains turns them into solutions that transform lives.
He argued that Africa's single market must go beyond moving goods across borders to building a digital economy powered by e-commerce, cross-border payments, and data-driven trade. Women and youth, he said, must be at the center. Women already account for nearly 70% of informal cross-border traders, and SMEs make up more than 90% of Africa's businesses.
Women-led businesses are 17% more likely to adopt digital tools when cross-border trade barriers fall. Because in Africa, women account for nearly 70% of informal cross-border traders. So connectivity isn't just an economic tool, it's an equalizer.
Telecel is investing in cross-border payment corridors, digital skills training, and entrepreneurship platforms to help startups scale across Africa. The CEO concluded that Trade is not just about goods crossing borders, but about opportunity crossing generations. He was speaking at the Africa Prosperity Dialogue, which brings together leaders from across the continent. This year's message was clear. Africa's future prosperity will depend on how well it connects its people, its businesses, and its markets.
In more news, Ernest Chemists Limited has launched activities to mark its 40th anniversary, celebrating 4 decades of pharmaceutical manufacturing and healthcare delivery in Ghana. The event brought together key health sector stakeholders, including regulators and the Ministry of Health. Here's more.
From a modest beginning to becoming one of Ghana's leading pharmaceutical manufacturers, Ernest Chemists Limited is marking 40 years of operations with a renewed focus on quality, innovation and access to healthcare. The anniversary media launch set the tone for the celebration as management outlined the purpose of the event and the company's long-term vision.
Years that are coming, we are going to continue our investment in the infrastructure especially, and you might have heard the mention of the GMP factory, which is coming up in the next few months. It's going to boost our production capacity. We are going to be able to serve Ghanaians and the sub-region better, and we look forward to a very bright future going forward.
Beyond the celebration, Ernest Chemists say the milestone is a reminder of its responsibility to maintain high production standards, strengthen distribution and expand into export markets.
As a wholly Ghanaian-owned company, our contribution to national development spans several sectors. One of our most significant impacts has been in job creation, providing direct employment to over 1,500 Ghanaians. Our commitment to local content is also evident in our supply chain, where we deliberately engage local suppliers whenever possible, therefore supporting the Ghanaian businesses and strengthening the local economy.
The Ministry of Health underscored the importance of strong local pharmaceutical manufacturing in ensuring access to safe and affordable medicines. As Ernest Chemists marks 40 years, the company says the focus now is on expansion, innovation and partnerships that will deepen its impact in healthcare delivery in Ghana.
We'll end the segment with updates from the forex and commodities markets. I'm Minu Afo.
When you're going to buy a paste, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab
sports segment is brought to you by Sasso Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the sports segment here on News 360. My name is Bill Leshen. Now, to our first story, the Ghana Football Association, in consultation with key stakeholders, has moved to significantly boost the Black Stars technical setup with the appointment of 5 highly experienced professionals ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup in North America. The strategic additions are aimed at enhancing the team's competitiveness and ensuring a well-balanced technical structure as Ghana prepares for the global showpiece to be hosted by Canada, Mexico, and the United States of America. There are more details in this report.
So the Ghana Football Association has announced 5 key additions to the technical team of the Black Stars ahead of the 2026 World Cup. Now, key amongst them all is Black Queens head coach Kimila Biokekren joining Otto Addo as an assistant coach. That does not mean he will not continue with his role as a Black Queens head coach. Remember that he is coming with a wealth of experience, having guided the Black Queens to the last Women's Africa Cup of Nations where we won bronze, and he will be hoping at guiding them again in March to the Women's World Cup in Brazil. That will be massive for the Queens. He is coming in. Also, we have French tactician, that is Alan Rivera, joining the team as an assistant coach. He is coming with a wealth of experience, having worked with the Guinean national team and also League One outfit AS Monaco.
To some more stories, the Division 1 League side at Tram Divise booked their place in the last 8 of the MTNFA Cup after thrashing Ghana Premier League's relegation-threatened side 11 Wonders in Tema. Goals from Alfred Amua, Thomas Otre, Usman Ganu, and Precious Yaojima were enough to afford Godwin Atram's side. They would await the winners of the Midiama versus Samatex tie, which will be taking place during the weekend. So looking at the fixtures of the MTNFA Cup for the weekend, Nations FC will take on Sweden All Blacks. Midiama will take on Samatex in Takwa True Life, who defeated Hearts of Folk in the round of 64. Will take on Hearts of Lions. There's Dreams FC versus Inter Allies, Asante Kotoko versus Adriana, Liberty Youth versus Real Tamale United, and Brekum Chelsea versus Tamale City. Of course, we have 10 Ghana Premier League sides in the competition, 5 Division 1 League sides, and just 1 Division 2 sides. That happens to be True Life Academy. To a final story, former Borussia Dortmund star and current Midiama SC head coach Ibrahim Tanko believes the launch of the Dortmund Academy in Ghana will go a long way to boost the football ecosystem. The Bundesliga outfits are setting up an academy in the country as they aim to gain a foothold in recruiting African talents.
Like they said, and I'm happy that the first B4B Academy in Africa is here in Ghana, and I'm privileged to visit some of the academies in Asia, and definitely, and the academy is going to help not only the B4B players but Ghana as whole, and I'm happy that we are here. Ghana and German relationship go way back, and when you look at football, you have Anthony Abua at that time, Abedi Pele, Ibrahim, like you said, Siki Akono, Sekufo, and myself, and yeah, and I'm sure that this academy will help not only, like I said, the only B4B, I think, in the whole Ghana as well. And Right to Dream have done it, and I think we can testify the kind of talented players they give Ghana, and I'm sure that B4B are here to stay, and with the kind of talented boys we have here in Ghana, definitely is going to help even the Ghana national team.
That's it for the sports segment here on News 360. My name is Bill Ishen. There's more on the bulletin after the break.
Hello and welcome to the entertainment news segment here on News 360. I'm Esiedua Afenyi. Now in entertainment, President John Mahama has explained his decision to wear his traditional Ghanaian smock, saying it represents Ghana's culture and supports the local garment industry. Reacting to comments about his outfit during a visit to Zambia, President Mahama said he has been surprised by the attention that it has received, noting that he has worn the smock on several international platforms, including the United Nations.
This is a traditional dress that is made by a local industry. It's part of our culture. And so in the past, it was worn by kings, royalty, and also warriors. When our warriors were going to war, they wore smocks. So smocks have become an integral part of our cultural identity. And I want the smock to the United Nations, the highest platform in this world. I'm surprised that Zambians didn't see me in a smock.
A single comment on social media questioning President John Mahama's outfit during his visit to Zambia sparked widespread online discussions, drawing global attention to the traditional garment. According to President Mahama, the online buzz has provided unprecedented visibility for Ghanaian smock weavers and fashion designers, offering free branding and marketing for the local industry.
The smock weavers in Ghana will be very happy because I, by power of social media, have giving them branding and marketing that they couldn't ever have dreamed of ever getting. And I'm sure that by the time I leave here, the number of searches for fugu, batakari, and smock, is going to be quite high.
President Mahama also revealed that during a gift exchange with Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema, he presented his host with a smock similar to the one he was wearing after receiving a traditional carving in return. Impressed by the beauty and craftsmanship of the garment, President Hichilema has expressed interest in ordering more smokes from Ghana.
President of Zambia will be ordering more of that stuff for himself.
President Mahama believes this development could open new opportunities for Ghana's textile and fashion industry through strengthening bilateral trade relations.
Hello to the people of Zambia.
Meanwhile, following social media trolling by some Zambians, several Ghanaian members of parliament have shown solidarity by wearing smocks to parliament.
That's it for entertainment. I'm Esiedua Afenyi. Over to you, Grace.
Well, let's go to the international front tonight. Iran on Friday said it expected to hold more negotiations with the United States, hailing a positive atmosphere during a day of indirect talks in Oman, but warning against threats after Washington raised the specter of new military action with an American naval group led by an aircraft carrier in Middle Eastern waters. U.S. and Iranian delegations held talks in Muscat mediated by the Gulf Sultanate without publicly meeting face-to-face. The talks were the first between the two foes since the United States joined Israel's war with Iran in June with strikes on nuclear sites. They also come just under a month after Iranian authorities launched a crackdown on protests that left thousands dead, according to right groups. Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, who led Iran's delegation in Muscat, said talks focused exclusively on the Iranian nuclear program, which the West believes is aimed at making an atomic bomb, but Tehran insists is peaceful.
It's always a pleasure sharing your company here on News 360. Thank you so much. My name is Martin Asiedu. That's it for the bulletin.
And I'm Grace Hamuajiman. Showbiz 360 is up. Thank you for joining us. Good evening.